So we have two important partners. As you said, we have a lot of partners for the Africa Hub. Thank you. But two of them, one is our University of Pretoria, where Future Africa is hosted, and the other is the Department of Science and Innovation. So we'll call on Mandry from the DSI to come and give us the first closing remark and final reflection. And then our host will then close the session. So they will be giving their final statement, but also declaring the Transformative Innovation Africa Open. So thank you, Mandry. Let's please welcome Mandry.
Good afternoon, colleagues, here and online as well. As indicated, my name is Mandry Ntshani, and I work in the Department of Science and Innovation under the Africa Multilateral Cooperation Directorate. So as the DSI, we have been part of the TIPC for quite some time. Actually, we are one of the founding members. And from our side, we really appreciate this initiative because it's one that helps us in terms of gauging how we are implementing the white paper on science, technology, and innovation. And as indicated earlier, the role of science now, we are called upon to indicate how we are transforming lives on the streets, but most importantly, how we are responding to the societal grand challenges. So that's why we support the implementation of TIPC. And also what we appreciate is that already we have been engaging with partners in Ghana, partners in Kenya, as well as partners in Senegal, where we have very strong bilateral cooperation with them, but most importantly, cooperating with them within the Transformative Innovation Consortium as part of the Africa Hub. So I think that work, we have seen the results of it, but most importantly is I think the opportunity that is provided by the hub is how can we use the hub as a tool for us to support the implementation of the SDGs, but we also have the Science, Technology and Innovation Strategy for Africa, which is TISA 2024. So for us, we see the TIPC as a tool that we can use to support the implementation of TISA and also the aspirations that we have set out for ourselves in terms of Agenda 2063. So I think from our side, we really welcome the launch of the hub, and we call upon our partners both in the region and also in the continent that let us engage and work through TIPC and use the resources in terms of implementing the policy frameworks that we have in the region and the continent. So with these few words, thank you so much, and we look forward to engaging. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and I guess good evening, everyone, and everyone online, as well as all of you attending here. And thank you for our partners for being here. That was a wonderful panel, really rich experience and discussion and real world issues. I myself come from the world as a practitioner rather than an academic. And being at Future Africa, I feel this real sense of urgency for us to do transformative research and have impact in the real world setting. So with the launch of this particular hub, the Africa Hub, I feel we're getting really real about transformative change and innovation on the African continent. The methodology approach and approach by TIPC sounds really robust from the examples that we hear. It's not perfect, but it's a process of engagement. And I think from some of the input, the local customization, even in simple nuanced terms of terminology, makes a lot of sense to have real impact in the African continent. And to that end, we're delighted to be hosting the Africa Hub at Future Africa, working closely with Chucks and the team in the UK and Netherlands to move this forward and work with stakeholders. One of the things I like to say when we do our work at Future Africa as a transformative research and transdisciplinary platform is that transdisciplinarity and transformation starts off with a conversation, right? And very often it's how do we have that conversation, especially with unlikely partners or people in the room together. when we think about government, local communities, scientists, academics, politicians, etc., they speak different languages. They use words differently. And I think this process is very nice in the mapping of the complexity of issues with the complexity of stakeholders and how through this process they can engage deeply to have that sort of impact. And then in conclusion, one of my favorite African sayings is that when you want to go fast, you go alone, but when you want to go far, you go together. And I think our partnership with TIPC, together with the partnership and implementation of the stakeholders on the ground, is our opportunity to go far for the continent. So thank you again for your partnership and looking forward to working together.
Thank you. So for colleagues who have shared their contacts, we'll be sending you the materials as we promised. We'll also add it to the database of the TIPC. And the last one is just to say there's a drinks reception. We have not exhausted the topic, so please let's continue the discussion. And that is courtesy of Future Africa. So we'll be moving over to the right and then later have a drinks reception. So thank you all, both 15 or more countries online, in addition to our teams as well. There are our TIPC colleagues who are online from Spain, from the UK, from the Netherlands. Thank you all for joining. And thank you all for those who are also here in person. Have a good evening and enjoy the drinks. Let's keep talking.
Great.